Welcome back, friends. This is a place where stories shape your mind, where ideas stretch your limits, and where lessons carve new paths within you. Here we grow through stories, evolve through reflection, and step into our highest selves. One idea, one insight, one moment at a time, where ideas become identity. There comes a moment in every life when you realize the truth. Dreams don't move on their own. Goals don't chase you. Success doesn't knock on your door. You move. You chase. You knock. And the force behind every great transformation, every extraordinary rise, every quiet comeback is not luck, not talent, not inspiration, but discipline. Here comes a very important question: what discipline truly is. Discipline is not a cage. It is not a prison for your desires. It is the architecture of your freedom, the invisible framework that keeps your life from collapsing under the weight of impulse and distractions. Discipline is choosing your future over your feelings, choosing direction over confusion, choosing growth over comfort. It's the voice inside that whispers, "I know you're tired. I know you don't feel like it, but we go anyway." And in that tiny moment, that moment where you move despite resistance, you rewrite the future. Now let's find out why motivation fails and discipline prevails. Motivation is a visitor. It comes when life feels exciting and leaves the moment things become heavy. Motivation loves sunny mornings, and discipline loves stormy ones. Motivation says, "I'll do it when I feel ready." But discipline says, "I'll do it because it matters." To see the difference, imagine two individuals learning a skill. One practices only when inspired. The other practices every day, even for a few minutes, even when their mind resists. Months later, the disciplined one has grown quietly, steadily, deeply. The motivated one is still waiting for the perfect moment. Life doesn't change in big bursts of effort. It changes in the small, almost invisible acts of discipline repeated daily. Let's explore this part of discipline together. The brain on discipline, a quiet revolution. Inside your mind lives a war between comfort and growth. Comfort wants things easy, familiar, effortless. Growth wants challenge, expansion, evolution. Every disciplined act, no matter how small, strengthens the growth-driven pathways in your brain. Neural circuits reshape. Identity shifts. Your inner voice begins to change from, "I hope I can," to, "I know I will." Let's understand this with an example. Consider someone breaking a habit like sugar. The first days are chaos, cravings, restlessness, and discomfort. But slowly the brain adjusts. The cravings weaken. The identity shifts. And one day, the person who once felt controlled by sugar feels free from it. That is the quiet revolution that discipline creates. Let's step into the heart of this entire journey. The small, consistent actions that decide the future you walk into. Most people wait for big moments to begin their transformation. But the truth is, small actions are the foundation of every extraordinary life. Think of a writer who commits to one paragraph a day. One paragraph seems insignificant, but one paragraph every day becomes a page every week, a chapter every few months, and a book within a year. Or let's take another example. Think of a young boy learning guitar. Overwhelmed at first, unfocused, unsure, until his teacher tells him, "Don't practice for an hour. Practice for 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Something he could not refuse. 3 minutes became 6. 6 became 10. 10 became daily practice. And 1 year later, he performed his first song confidently. He didn't rise because of passion. He rose because he began, and he continued. Now let's look at how discipline reveals its true power in the real world, quietly shaping lives in ways we often don't notice. Discipline appears in subtle, unexpected places. A student reviewing lessons for 20 minutes daily learns more deeply than one who studies for hours once a week. A person who walks 10 minutes consistently becomes healthier than someone who works out intensely but inconsistently. A morning routine, a clean room, a prepared plan. These tiny acts create mental order. Order creates clarity. Clarity creates confidence. And confidence fuels discipline. Discipline becomes clearest when we see how it transforms real lives. The woman who built her future in the dark. A woman worked long hours at a job she wanted to escape. Her dream was clear. She wanted her own business. But dreams do nothing without discipline. So every night, when the world slept, she stayed awake for 30 minutes. 30 minutes of learning. 30 minutes of preparing for a life she wasn't living yet. 8 months passed quietly. A year passed silently. Most people around her assumed nothing was changing. But inside her world, everything was. One evening, she realized she had built enough. Her dream wasn't a dream anymore. It was ready. She resigned from her job and walked into the life she once only imagined. Discipline transforms life from the inside out. But discipline isn't only seen in what we do, it's also felt in how we manage our emotions. Discipline is not just what you do, or not just about controlling your actions. It's about guiding your emotions. It's the strength to stay calm when your heart wants to explode. It's the patience to stay silent when anger pushes your words forward. It's the wisdom to respond, not react. A man once made a simple rule. If he ever received a message while upset, he wouldn't reply for 1 hour. That single act of emotional discipline saved his relationships, protected his peace, and taught him the value of waiting for the storm inside to settle. Sometimes discipline doesn't tell you to act. Sometimes discipline tells you to pause, to breathe, to listen, to reflect. A strong mind is not one that avoids emotion, but one that does not drown in it. Now let's step into the part of discipline most people struggle with, the part that appears when life becomes heavy. When life is smooth, discipline feels easy. But life isn't always smooth. There are storms. There are slow seasons. There are days when you wake up tired. Days when doubt enters the room. Days when motivation disappears completely. This is where discipline stands alone. Motivation disappears the moment pain arrives. But discipline whispers, keep going, even slowly. But don't stop. Real transformation never happens during comfortable days. It happens during the days you don't feel strong. But act anyway. Those are the days that shape you. The days that build character. The days that turn you into someone unrecognizable to your old self. This is only the beginning. Part 2 is coming next, carrying the stories that give discipline its true meaning. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the journey. Before you go, tell us in the comments, what small disciplined action will you begin today? This is English Story Journey, where ideas become identity.